Time to change the subject for just about 60 seconds.
Welcome to the Rat Hole. We are live. I'm having an absolutely terrible day. Long story short, personal issues, doesn't really matter, but I'm not doing great. So what better way to distract myself than to come on here with all of you and drink some more coffee. Cheers. Play some sabacc. I was hoping to play something other than sabacc, to be perfectly honest. But I'm not in a state where I can learn a new game. I'm not. So instead, we are going to play some more at Holocard Cantina. I'm super sad that I'm not in Orlando for MegaCon, playing sabacc for real. But we can play it here on the interwebs. Nah, it's not the button I needed. That's the button I needed. Hey-o, Kitty. Timescales, thank you guys all for being here. It means a lot to me. If this stream gets disconnected, because YouTube has not been all that fun when it comes to dealing with sabacc, it will still stay up on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheRathHole, DOTCA. That's the same username as here on YouTube. So you can, if we suddenly get disconnected, pop over there. I'll probably still be there. If you are in the Orlando area, and check out MegaCon. Sabacc for Charity is at MegaCon. They've got some great events going on. Open gaming. They've got exhibition games. $5 to play. All that money goes to charity, to the victim services of Central Florida. They've got an Ahsoka Tano cosplay meet today. Nope, that's probably already gone. It's 2:00 Eastern and it's almost 2:00 Mountain. Never mind. But there is, of course, a charity tournament tomorrow, so check that out if you're around. And if this interests you, you can play online tournaments for with Holocard Cantina as well. You can't obviously play in this tournament, but they do have other stuff. But if you are around MegaCon, check out the Star Wars area. Hyperdrive Cantina is inside the Star Wars area. Sabak for charity just on the outside. And the amazing hyperspace props is just down the way from it. Let's just see if there's anything interesting going on online. There is not. So we'll go to local play. Hey, off to Okanagan tomorrow. Great. That's good wine at least. Yes. I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad I'm gonna get to see you guys next weekend. What do I want to play? Let's start out with some classic. Check. So with Kessel, with Classic Sabak, the goal is to get to 23 or minus 23. I'm at 26, so I'm bombing out. I'll stay in for that. You've got 2 rounds before Alderaan opens up, meaning you can say you're going to win. Timescales, I'll need to step out to get the kids, but I'll stay logged in and listen in the car. I appreciate that, Timescales. I'd rather visit the wine country in BC rather than Napa Valley right now. We took a vacation to Vancouver, BC, and would love to do it. Yes, definitely. What just happened there? I just got a error message here. Just give me a moment. Nope, not an error message to do with the stream. Just an error message that popped up. Probably my second laptop catching up. Ooh, double the viewer in both at once. Hey, hello, Katie. Welcome onto the Twitch as well as the YouTube. Love it. Love it. That's not bad. No spike. So if those dice come up as a pair, you get a new hand. We're going to check. 18's not bad. You should probably teach me this game next week since I own it and have never played. Hey, Addy. Welcome. Glad to see you here. I definitely am in the mood for having some friends in the stream, so I appreciate it. You want to playtest Hintaro? Yes, I do. Very, very much. Do I remember how to play Hintaro is going to be the next question there. 25, bomb out. I vaguely remember how to play. You're going to need the beta app. If so, Test Flight. I will check to see if I have Test Flight on my app. I definitely have Test Flight on my phone. I'm not sure if I have Test Flight on here. Give me a moment to finish this hand, and I will check that out. Check. I should have stayed at 18. Swap. 24. Bomb out. All right. That's the end of that hand. All right, let's just check to see if I have Test Flight on my laptop here. On my thing. Test Flight. Downloading Test Flight. We're going to see if this works here, Addy. Open. Continue. Previously tested worlds apart. I know I have the Sabak app. I had the Sabak app in here. All right, give me a moment. Let's see if I can. Not entirely done yet, fixing some stuff. How do I get to that? I appreciate you, Addy. I just have to figure out how to do this. Redeem invite. Invitation code. I did have Holocard Cantina, yes. The link here should be the new one. Perfect. 8. Hello. For some reason, it's not letting me type it in. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to ditch out here. I will do it on my phone. And see if it'll let me do it here. Apple has a weird bug that you're discovering, but if you tap the link, it's usually easier. I'm not actually in Twitch. I'm in StreamYard, which is a little bit different. Okay, fine. We'll go into Twitch. Fine. It is entertaining that we have a bug in the beta testing app. Like, does that anyone else find that amusing? Stream Manager. And now we get into the just one. I think it's doing the thing. Install. Not like Apple has limitless resources to quality test that app, right? Right. I already have this. Yes. All right, here we go. If you're watching this now, we're experimenting. We are going into the test flight beta app for Holocard Cantina, and we're going to test out Hintaro. Let me see if I can find. Open. All right, I am in. There is Addy. Ready. So if I remember how to play this properly, I roll dice, and I'm trying to get a matched set. Let me just pull up the rules here. Did just grab them here. Chance cubes. Set up. Tap or shake to roll dice. Void. Timer is off, so no stress. All right, I'm going to take a moment here, Addy. Dang, noticing the iPad layout is not great. This is why we do this, though, is to try things. Let me see if I can get in on my phone and look that way. Is that how you're looking, Eddie? Is it the phone app that's better, or is there a desktop version of Test Flight that I should be looking for? Okay. Downloading the app onto my phone. We'll see if I can get in on that way. Let's shake my... just the dice overlapping. Yeah. No, that's not ideal. All right, I'm going to take a quick moment to learn how to play this, because I can't remember. Setup. Hintaro dice. Hintaro uses two kinds of special chance cubes with unique symbols. Dice. One of the player's dice, sometimes called Chazwa, of which every player has two. The second is called Hintaro. Tukar, Kulro, Tukar, Kulro are the four faces that are available. The player's dice have faces marked with symbols called Tukar or Kulro. The sides of their dice carry the following values. Obvious. I don't need that. And then there's two voids. Hintaro dice has faces marked with symbols called Hin and Taro. The sides of the dice follows the following values: Hin/Taro/Hin/Taro/blank blank. There's only one Hintaro die on the table. Each player keeps a stack of chips. Gameplay. Select the Hintaron. That's the dealer. Anti-in. Throw your dice. Each player plays their clue. Once all players have rolled the dice, each player beginning at the right may wager an additional amount. Next player must meet the better drop out. Throw again. Each player has examined the other player's rolls and made a wager. Each player may choose to re-roll a single die. The Hintaron asks each player to turn whether they wish to re-roll. Throw Hintaro. Once the players have the opportunity to re-roll, roll a Hintaron, rolls the special Hintaro chance cube with the result. The results are applied standing score every player as follows. The Hin takes care of a Tukar. Taro negates a Kulro. Each Hin result, I just said that. Winning the game. After the Hintaro has been rolled and faces canceled, players will compare the remaining set of symbols to determine the final rank. There are 4 rankings: Tukar to Kulro, Quadro Kulro, Tukar, Kulro. So two pairs, 4 of a kind, or a single pair are what you're looking for. All right. With that being said, let's get that out of there. Check. Let's see if my phone will let me do this. Woo. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to... Oops. Hey, wait. I'm on stage here. Hold on. We're going to... No! Ah! We're having a day, aren't we? All right. We are going to jump out of the iPad version here for a second. And close that. And we're going to log in under my phone so you can see what that looks like, if nothing else. So this is what it looks like on the phone. Sorry for throwing the Hintaro wrench into your stream. No, honestly, Addy, you missed the part. I had some personal stuff come up, and an absolutely terrible night, and an entirely terrible day. And so, yeah, a fun stream with some chaos is just what I need to keep my mind occupied. So I've got 2 voids. I'm just going to fold on this. So no winning dice, because that's a pair and a 1. All right, sad to hear about the night, but hope some Sabak and Hintaro makes it better. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Check. So this is what it looks like on the This is an iPhone. I forget what model I've got, if it matters. Void. That is absolutely terrible. FYI, the music is a bit choppy now on the iPhone. Yes, it is. I was paying so much attention I hadn't even noticed. All right. Void and color row. Check. All right, what the heck? We'll call. Void. Nope. That's a fail. I took garbage. No winning dice. No, I have this game, and I have the physical version of this game, and it's a little bit different. So I'm excited to try this out. All right, this is not bad. We'll bet 1. Why not? You know what? I'm gonna stand. Hey, we both got the same thing. Split the pot. Actually, I have my Hintaro set right here. It's not even like out of. We can color void. The nice thing about this game is it doesn't require you can watch as well as as play. We've got one. Call. Stand. Void. No. Yep, that's how that goes. So for those who are just watching, we're playing Hintaro, a Star Wars dice game. This is a beta app. Ooh. Yeah. I will say the slider for the betting, Eddie, always ends up off what I want. Not usually far enough off that I care, but I wanted to bet 10 there, and it landed on 12, and I didn't want to muck around with it. No! I do like the shake to play thing. 2 voids is not great. Check. Yeah, it's a bit finicky, to be honest. I might need to scale down the steps while dragging. Yeah. I'm just gonna fold. I got nothing there. Odds of me getting anything were pretty slim. Shake. Check. Hey, love that. All right. I love that less now. Oh, look at my difference in dice. Where did you get the icons from for this? I mean, I assume someone drew them, but they're different than the Hintaro dice that I have. So I'm curious. I like them. I'm not complaining, but I'm just curious. This is Rick, our designer, made the design. Okay. Stand. No, this is the design I have. There's your. I forget which one is which is the downside. I'd have to look it up on. There's your void. Yeah, I forget which one is Hin and which one is Taro. There's the Hintaro. I have the same set too, Hyperspace Pops. Yep, that's exactly correct. I picked those up at last year's shake roll. At last year's MegaCon. I've actually got 2 sets of them, so I have enough for 4 players. Along with the fancy the fancy leather case. Stand. We both have the same thing. Void. Neither of us win. Shake. Color. I got 2 voids. I'll bet 1. Stand. Yay, I win. Shake. All right, so you can see here, I am trying to do 10. Ended up on 13. I'm going to try it again. I want to bet 10. 11. So yeah, it's a little cranky. I'll bet 11. I'm fine with that. But it does throw things off for sure. Stand. There's a toll card. Hey, that's not what I wanted. Shake. $10. Hey, it actually landed on 10. Stand. Hey. Shake. Call. Nope. Yeah, it did not go well. Well, at least neither of us won. So again, for those watching at home, we're playing Hintaro in a beta test for Hintaro. With Addy Gladdy on Twitch, the designer of the game, of the app. Stand. Let's see what we do. We split the pod, right? Coloro, both of us. Yep, split the pod. Shake. Oh, wow. We will see if we can do this. Stand. Void. Once you get this active, you should consider setting up some STL files to 3D print physical dice. That could be a fun thing. Colro. That could be cool. Yeah. Your app is different. I don't play a lot of video games. I don't play a lot of apps. I'm playing more apps lately, but I am a physical board gamer. That's why I bought this. I'm a physical board gamer. I win! So I've always preferred that. I've got a couple of sets of, several decks of Sabak cards. I only have one hyperspace prop set of dice, spike dice. Everything, my shift dice, and an extra set of spike dice are 3D printed. They were free. Kitty, who's watching in the background there lurking, is her partner did that for me. Nope, that sucks. Ew. Call. All right, we got all sorts of colors here. Not enough to... I'm screwed is what the answer is. Yeah, I'm getting these dice painted. My miniature painter, James, is going to take a crack at them. But they're a little bigger than usual size dice. They may not be perfectly balanced, but I mean, I'm not gambling with them, per se. Ooh. I also did my own set of shift dice before I found those. I just did them on blank dice. Shake. Yeah, I got all sorts of random things. I've got some Kessel Sabak. I've got a token from Sabak for Charity. Void. Somewhere I've got what it does. I can't remember exactly. I've got it down in my bag somewhere. Fold. I got nothing. I'm not mucking around with it. Oh, yeah, I probably made the correct decision there. Ooh, it is touchy. The shake to roll is very sensitive, Patty. I just picked my phone up and it rolled. All right, that's not bad. Yeah, those dice. My miniature painter is going to paint them up as chance cubes. Yeah, I was trying hard to find a balance between different devices, but tweaking. Yeah, and tweaking is fine. That was not the Hintaro roll we wanted. When the shake is enabled, you should really have the option to roll those, so better too sensitive than not. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a complaint. It was just I just noticed it. Not a complaint in any way. The other thing I'm noticing, I don't know what is it's overlapping, but something is being overlapped on your dice from my view. If you look on the screen a little carefully there, you can see it's Void Karo. It looks funny. Their Koro is weird, or Tucker Koro is it's just overlapping each other. If you see that, stand. Who's a Koro? Phooey. Two-card Colro. Pull me. Power over here. Well, you can zoom in and rotate the table a bit now, too. Oh. Interesting. Let's see what it looks like when I do that. Are you seeing that? It is overlapping a lot when I turn it. Ah. Zooming out is interesting. I don't know why you'd want to zoom out that far, but when I zoom in, it doesn't improve the overlapping, and it actually makes things worse. If you look, your dice go under your name. Although you can see the symbols, but you can't really see what's going on there. Oh, that's interesting. It's cutting off the color. The table is cutting it off. And I know you're going to fix all of these things. You're a master. Stand. No, that was not what I wanted. Curses. I do like that the dice land kind of funny. It's more realistic. Tilting the table by dragging up and down gives a bit more breathing room, but added for user preference. Yeah. Like I'm. Oh, I see. I see. That's the tilt. I see what you're saying. Interesting. That's neat. I'm just gonna tilt that a little bit and see what that looks like. That one. Stand. We're either gonna split this or lose. Split. Ticker. I will stand. Let's see what happens here. Hey, ticker. Ooh, that's no good. Yeah. That's not bad. I'll call on 10. Stand. Boyd, you win. Ooh, I like that. Nice. It's a small pot, but I'll take it. Double void. Check. Nope, nothing. Ooh. How have you played in real life if everyone but one folds? Is the Hintaro dice still roll, or does a single player get the pot immediately? I don't know that I've ever had that happen. I don't, unfortunately, have not had a chance to play this since last MegaCon. So I honestly don't know. I would hit up check the hyperspace props set of rules, or just hit them up, or hit up even Sabak for charity, Jonathan, and see what they have to say about it. Because I honestly don't have that answer. I would assume the Hintaro dice still gets rolled. Because you can't, yeah, for sure. Just thought of that now, and now the app still gets rolled, but it could be punishing. Yep. Oh, it definitely could. I mean, you could make that an option. You could make that a checkbox of, Hintaro dice gets rolled or does not on when everyone folds. Stand. But maybe that's the game. Yeah, I mean it is a punishing game to begin with. We split the pot. It is a game that goes on forever, depending on what you have for a pot. I mean, we're on round 33. They move fast, but nevertheless. Hey, potentially nice. Because yeah, see right there, there was no way you could win. It still makes a difference on You know, I was either going to win or lose. It had no effect on you. You could not win. So I would assume it would have to have the same effect when everyone folds. I'll stand. Yeah, I can really change who's in the lead if you've got a big pot. True, that could discourage someone from trying to force someone out by betting high, too, since it's not a guarantee to win. Exactly. No, that is not what I wanted. Yeah, to a certain extent, this is the game that never ends. Unless you start betting high, because we've both been sitting around that, you know, between 80 and 120 the whole time, bouncing back and forth. And part of that is because I'm a little bit on the conservative side as far as my betting, for sure. Roll that. Void. I lose. All right. I like the new credit added to the table, by the way. I'm not sure. Part of me likes it. Part of me thinks it just makes things busy. Because it's not like you can count it. It's not like if I tilt the table, you can see that there's an actual pile there. Barely. But if you're just playing it flat, you don't see that there's a table there. Too cluttered, like it doesn't matter that it's there or isn't there. And if it's there, like if you look up at your name, when we finish this roll, hey, we both have color. If you look up at your name at the top, you'll see that your credits kind of are going to interfere with the graphics over top of them. And mine are out of the way, but they're just kind of there. Hey, we both have the same thing here. But yeah, if you look at it now, the symbols you have are underneath. Now, if I tilt the table, it doesn't do that as badly. But most players are probably going to play it flat like that. So it gets in the way a bit. And I have to tilt it a fair bit before it gets out of the way, right? Like that's a fair tilt to the table before it stops being behind other words. All right, we both win or we both lose here. Void, we both win. All right. That's not bad. 2-card color roll. Void. No one wins. Fair enough. Could set a min-max on the tilt too, but maybe players would like to have it as flat as you say. Yeah, like it's. I don't have a problem with it, with looking at it flat down. It works just fine. It's just that the other stuff gets in the way. Like, see, like I said, when I flatten it out, your credits are behind all of your stuff, and it's really hard to read anything. And now you can see my credits are in the way of one of my dice. Now again, that's my dice move, and I like the fact that the dice move, just for the record. I lose. But you lose too. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I know after this, I think you're planning Pazak. Is that right? Once you've got this all programmed in, that's the next thing for you. I think is what you said. Indeed, and then Pazu Pazak as well. We've named the 2+ player variant. Interesting. No, Pazak is one of the things I have not played. That was going to be my plan. Basically, every year I went to, well, not every year that I went to MegaCon, but the first year I didn't do anything. Or maybe I did buy it. But either way, when I went to MegaCon, I was doing I'd make a video on one of these Star Wars games. So I did a Sabak one, and then I did a Kessel Sabak one, and then I have not done a Hintaro one. I did a Jajarek one. And call. Void. That's not what I wanted. Void is not good. Screws you over, though. Ha! It's a lot more programming, but I'd really love to, and I mentioned this to you before, I'd love to see a Jajarek. And that could just as easily be an entirely separate app, to be perfectly honest. Because that's another one of those games that's it's hard to play on its own. You just don't have... It's hard to learn. It's hard to get. A really good Jajarek app would be freaking amazing. And it's not like calling it Holochess isn't already a thing. That's bad. Stand. Yeah, there have been a few others requesting it too, so it's not impossible for the future. Yeah, it's one of those. It makes sense. That did not help me. All right, Colro. But a fun challenge. It's just a variant that is quite different from the current variants, so it'll require all new functionality. No, most definitely. And that's what I was saying. For Dejarik, it could almost be an entirely separate app. Because you're gonna need it's an entirely different AI system, really. Like it's gonna require something with a chess brain rather than a poker brain. Yay, I'm in the pot. Yeah, maybe easier with a separate app, as you say. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing saying, and that makes it easier to program too, because you can just kind of work on it as a side project without it interfering with whatever you're doing in this app. There's nothing saying you couldn't put it in this one, but it is definitely a very different... It's an entirely different game. It has nothing other than its origin. It has nothing to do with... It's not a gambling game. It's not a dice game, other than chance cubes. If you wanted a simple update, a simple chance cube app would be nice too. Phooey. I wonder. If you wanted additional stuff for a Dejarik app, get in touch with Looney Labs, makers of the Looney Pyramids, and they have a version. Honestly, would almost deserve using Unity or something as a proper 3D app with animations for character movements. That could be a second thing, right? You start with something flat. I'll show you this as I continue to play. Oh, it opened a different thing. Hold on. Copy. Looney Labs has a game called Looney Dejarik, and they basically they went to Disney, didn't like, bought the Dejarik set, didn't really love it. I know exactly which set they did, but then created a version that you could use with chess pieces and or Looney Pyramids. And it would be kind of cool if you got in touch with them and said, hey, I've done a Dejarik app once you've got the Dejarik app, and use Looney Dejarik with the pyramids as a variant. That would be really cool. It's a much simpler game. In fact, it could even be a starting point, to be perfectly honest. 4 different red pieces, 4 different blue pieces. 4 chance cubes, and yeah, your pieces move one spot, 2 spot, 3 spot, 4-spot, depending on what you want to do, and it's not as complicated as a regular Dejarik game. So that's kind of a thought process. I'm full of ideas, aren't I? What the heck is going on here? All right, well, we'll do this because for some reason that looks cool. Wood will check that out for sure when you get into Dejarik. I'll give you there's the link to the rules for Looney Dejarik. And they do have some games already. Some of their games are already on various simulators. Tabletop Simulator, I think they have a version of Flux, which is a great game, by the way, if you haven't played Flux. Not a lot of their Pyramids games are available as apps. So, I mean, that would be a cool project in and of itself. Love Flux. Good, then you know the company. Yeah, I've got the Batman version. I've got every Star Trek version. I've got Alice in Wonderland. I've lost track of the ones I have. I've reviewed it a lot. So I've got a lot of versions of it. Nice. Yeah, the Star Trek ones are extra cool because you can play like a super huge version. A super huge version where you have goals from all of the different sets. And you're mix and matching everything. So the captain, something that refers to the captain of any of those sets. If I recall, it doesn't take a lot of Fooey on the Void. It takes a little bit of common sense hacking the Star Trek Flux, because again, you have to go, okay, well, this is still the captain, regardless of when it says the captain of X, Y, or Z. Yes, the Enterprise is still the Enterprise, no matter which version of the Enterprise you're looking at. So it is a little bit neat. And they actually came out with a booster pack sized expansion. Check. That was designed, booster pack set that was designed for to specifically merge the original series and next generation versions of the game. But the nice thing about the Looney Dejarik is it doesn't even require you to have pyramids to play. You can play it with Lego, you can play it with chess pieces. You just need 4. Yay. I wasn't paying attention. I don't even know if I was going to go check that version now. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun. Had I thought about it, I mean, were I at MegaCon and had I thought about it, I would have brought some Looney Pyramids and played it on their game, on their thing, on their table that's there. Something to consider on this, if you started at a higher betting default, a default of 5 or 10, but let you adjust it down as well as up. It would speed things up because we're at round 50 here. Ugh. Don't actually like that. Boy, I'll lose. I haven't implemented the anti-increase yet. That's in the other variants, which increases the stakes regularly too. Yeah, I kind of figured as much. It was just a thought. Yeah, 100 credits was maybe a high starting point. I think 10 credits lowest alternative for a host. Possibly. And, I mean, it's not a bad starting point. It's a good default. So you can select between 10 and 1,000 as a starting pot. Oh my god. Starting with 1,000 would be ridiculous. You would never stop playing. Yeah, I think rather than changing the starting point of what where you're starting, no, that did not help. That was not what we needed. That's not what either of us needed. Adjusting the default ante to be higher would be a way to solve that. 2 voids. I don't want 2 voids. 2 voids is a terrible plan. Check. Ah! All the voids. Something that may or may not be feasible would be simultaneous rolling. Like, there's no reason I should need, and in real life you don't need, to wait my turn to roll the dice. On that, at least on the initial roll. But that would also speed things up a little bit. Check. Is this the one I needed? Hey, that's the one I needed. StreamYard is being cranky with their stuff, so just trying to tweak. Hey, I like that. Void. I love the start to this song because it sounds so much like Kenny G or something like that. Just that alto sax opening is just interesting. It gets my attention every time. True, it's a balance between fun to let the users roll as much as possible too, since it's a bit of a mini game in a way. A thought was to let a rotating dealing player roll the Hintaro dice too. I don't mind there not being a rotating Hintarino or whatever the hell it was called. I can't remember it. So yeah, balance between speed and fun in a way. Yeah. Hey, color roll, and overlapping dice. Come on, yeah. Color void. Bah. Bah, I say. Also, something I just noticed as you rolled that. The die was still visually rolling, but your result popped up in the top before the roll was complete. Cool. Like, it doesn't make a giant difference, but I mean, at the same time, you're rolling a die and getting a result and seeing a result before it happens. Yeah, at least you didn't win. Ah, good catch. Yeah. I'm a reviewer. I'm used to catching stuff. I don't do a lot of beta testing, but I just because I don't have the time. But for something like this, sure. I'm perfectly capable of giving feedback. I'm hoping this is benefiting you as well. All the colors. For sure, it's great writing stuff down as we played effects. Excellent. Hey, Void, that's one of the results that I needed. Really, I suppose all but about two of the result. Any of the double row results would have sucked, but thanks a lot for testing. You are welcome. I have no problem with it. Oh, don't I have? I don't know what that button was. That's fine. There we go. Yeah, keep it up. No. All right, that's a good result potentially. Nope, it's not a good result at all. It's a terrible result. Mute for an hour. No, I didn't need a void. Oh. Terrible. Terrible. Oh, look, there's a spammer in Twitch. And by the way, I really enjoyed. I replayed. Oh, hold on, so I can read that a little bit better. As research for Zach, and it's been a really good time. Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, I'm assuming, is that what that is? I don't play video games, so it's a little hard for me to. But yeah, I've never played Knights of the Old Republic. The only video game of Star Wars I've played was the one that was based on like StarCraft and Warcraft. I can't remember which game that was, but it was fun. Eddie, feel free to report. I'll go in and do it, but feel free to report that that spammer in Twitch, that spam message. Sure, we'll call. Interestingly, I don't even see that guy. That's interesting. Oh, that is actively not what I wanted. I lose no matter what. At least you don't win. Sometimes it's just a matter of I don't win, but as long as you don't, it's still good. I'm not seeing any of these chats. That's weird. Let's try going back in. Was that Empire at War? I honestly, it has been so old, I honestly don't remember. There's all these new ones. Band. Locked. Report. That's what I needed. Spam. Spam. Bots. Bot. Spit report. There we go. We have ditched that spammer. Killed. Check. Welcome back, Timescales. Afternoon snack time. Boiling Trader Joe's cheese ravioli. And baking some Idaho fast food style French fries. Making homemade ranch dressing. Ooh. That's pretty delicious. That's a lose for me. You win. All I remember, in this game, there was a cheat code where you could bring in a basically God mode Ewok who could just kill everything, and it was almost impossible to kill. And so what I'd do is I'd play a level a couple times, and after I succeeded in failing miserably, I'd go back in and drop in this Ewok, and you could actually drop in like you could just enter the cheat code every time, and it would just drop in another one. So I had this army of invincible Ewoks rolling through, just so I could continue the storyline. Galactic Battle. Yes, it was black. It was that. That is correct. Galactic Battlegrounds. That is correct. Simon the Killer Ewok. Yes. Okay, I was not misremembering Simon. Yes, that is exactly correct. Addy, that is exactly correct. Hey, Pup is here. Hey, Pup. Thanks for joining in. I'm glad to have you here. I'm playing Hintaro, which is a Star Wars dice game. This is a beta test. No. With the app designer, Addy Gladdy over on Twitch. It's not as oh no, gambling, more gambling. It's a little bit, yes. Hopefully I won't get killed out. It's a weird enough game that I think it'll be fine. I couldn't. You know what my situation is there, Pup. And I needed something simple to distract myself, and that's what this was. Yeah, it's not real gambling, Pup. Timescales, but it is. It's an interesting betting type game. Call. Reroll that. That is a fail. So you can see on at the bottom of the screen there's two symbols. One is Color-O, one is Tukar. Your goal is to get a pair of those or 4 Color-Os. Or 2 of each. You can see the 4 hands for a better lack of a better term over on the right hand side. I'm actually playing this on my phone because the iPad version doesn't work as well. This is it's a beta test. It is not it's not completed. Void, I lose. So there is a point where you automatically don't win. But if the other person, if so that gold die removes a Color-O or a Tukar or a Void, which is there, does nothing. So Addy actually won that with a pair of Color-Os. Now I've got 1 Tukar, 1 Color-O, and a Void. So I'm gonna have, in order to win, I have to. I'll bet 1. I'm not shy about this. You have to. I'm gonna have to re-roll that Void. So you roll, you make a bet, and then you have the opportunity to re-roll. I rolled a Void again, so I'm not going to win this hand. Guaranteed. He's got a quad Color-O. He's got two pairs of Color-Os. If a Hin or a Taro, I forget which one it is, that kills a Color-O out, would have prevented him from winning as well. Timescales, greetings from San Francisco, Pup. Welcome. This might be the last round of this. We'll see. Yeah, because I can't win. So we won't have too many more hands. I'm slowly been whittled down to only 6 credits. I think Addy's put in a cheat code. We were all this talk of Simon the Ewok. I think he's put a cheat code Simon the Ewok into this game and he's just automatically winning. That's what I think's going on. Addy, fitting that it is round 66. Yes. That's okay. I'm going to be cringy for the next round. I'm going to be cringy. The next round is 6-7. Yes, I'm a cringy old boomer. I'm not actually a boomer, but I'm a zennial. But the point being, I'll end. So if I don't win, which I won't, I'm out. Good. Yeah. So you don't win either. No winning dice pot stales until the next round. I'm out. I lose. Not seeing the spammer. I think I got him blocked. Timescales. That's the upside to working this on my phone. Hey, we got an extra person. We got a couple extra people. I will play this again. I'm going to step away from the computer for a second, but I'm going to keep playing it because it is on my phone. So I will be back in a moment. Keep watching because stuff will continue. All right. I'm just going to mute myself for half a second. And whoops. Back. I got to turn my camera on in the right place. Fold. Forget that noise. No winning dice. I should have folded at the beginning. I should not have called on that. Addy, feel free to share out the stream as well, so people, I'd love to. We can chat in the thing. Weird, there's so many spammers on Twitch. They seem to have a security issue. No, they're really good at removing them. But the system is designed to be bot friendly. The Twitch system is designed so that you can have bots moderate your chat. Unfortunately, that leaves an opening for spammers as well. Done and done. Hey, great. Thanks, Addy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I stepped aside for a few minutes there to see if I could check on future supper. Future supper is still thawing. So their spam bots make sense. Yeah, they're not actual spammers, they're spam bots. As near as I can tell, anyways. I mean, it's certainly plausible that it's not, but... And you can see the length of time in between these... in between the players' time, that simultaneous re-rolling would solve that problem, if it's something that makes sense. I think we've lost... We may have, yeah. I mean, you can restart the game. You're the host. I'm sure you can kill it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they left. There we go. All right. Well, there we go. Well, we're both down quite a bit. We'll play another round here. This is fine. Watch neither of us win this, and we'll just end up being stuck. Yeah, when testing has come further, the timer will be activated too with auto action for timeouts for players. Yeah, I kind of hate that, but it is definitely something that is necessary. Rules of Colorado, that is not what I needed. I needed to do the other one. Not cool, man. Not cool. As a streamer, I don't really like the timeout because I'm not necessarily paying full attention. Check. I have to decide what to re-roll here. I think I'm going to re-roll the double. Damn it! Should have re-rolled the other one. I mean, doesn't mean I would have rolled the same thing, but nevertheless. Double Colorado. All right. I mean, not the end of the world, but We split the pot. We're both. We went from almost being dead to being in a good place. Eddie, I assume when you noticed all the overlapping text and such whatnot when we did have multiple players here. Got a little bit tight. I mean, it's the same issue that you have even now with just 2 players. Just exaggerated. Oh, that's not what we needed. Indeed. Indeed. Are you a wrestling fan, Addy? I'm just curious. Out of interest, do you have a higher zoom level on your phone? That is the maximum zoom that I can zoom. It appears. I haven't been using it. Because again, you can see on your stuff no, not really. Okay. No, there's a see when you zoom in, all of the stuff gets hard to do anything. Font scaling on OS. I think I do. I don't know off the top of my head. It's not something I use. I'm sure I have it, but it's not something that I use. Void. Fooey. Fooey, I say. No, the reason I was asking if you were a wrestling fan, there was back in the day, there was a Japanese tag team called Kai and Tai, and because they didn't speak terrific English, they would speak in Japanese with the microphone off, and somebody would dub them over the loudspeaker, and it was very obvious. Like, it was not intended to be subtle. But then one of them would they'd say something simple, and he'd speak off a bit, and all it would be indeed. It was moderately hilarious. And anytime I see someone just say indeed, that comes to my mind decades later. But it was one of the best shticks I have ever seen. My reference for indeed is Stargate. That okay, yep. That is also a valid indeed. I can see that. Shield is great. What was I just talking about Stargate about? I was just having a conversation about Stargate with somebody, and I don't remember who or why. I wasn't paying attention and missed what happened there. I'm assuming you won. Maybe the remake that's happening? Maybe. I'm now trying to figure out where I was talking about it on top of everything else. I mean, it was clearly while I was on the road, because I just came back from a cross-continent road trip. Quadball Canada's national championships, quadball being formerly Quidditch. Potential Firefly and Stargate remakes. The same time frame is crazy. Yes, it is. whatever it was that was happening, they couldn't remember who's, or maybe I was watching a video, but they couldn't remember what Teal'c's name was. Oh, I know what it was. I wasn't talking about it. I was listening to a podcast called I Have Some Notes. And it's a great podcast. Where they take a mediocre movie and talk about it, and then they try to fix it. And they did, and I was listening to an old episode of them talking about the Stargate movie, and one of them had not seen the TV series. He had always thought of the TV series as along the same lines as, damn it, Double Void, of Xena and Hercules, that cheesy science fiction fantasy-ness. Well, at least you didn't win. Ha. Another thing I just noticed, Daddy, whether it's intentional or not, I have 2 voids, and it only showed 1 void in the ending stuff. Rather than showing void, it just showed void. Which, again, the result is the same, but just as a consistency thing, you see what's on both dice everywhere else. I'm gonna take a look. Yeah. I'm gonna check now, Addy. If you also check, and so it doesn't matter. Don't re-roll. Okay, now you re-rolled. I was gonna say don't re-roll, and you'd be able to see it. And there it does. Well, actually, this works. It doesn't show the void on either of these. That's the second die is a void. It doesn't show it on either of those. Starry stream delay got me. All good. Yeah, it's still, and I hadn't even noticed it before. You just didn't see the void even on that second, as the second die, full stop. Again, whether that's intentional or not, I don't know, but I see what you mean. Yeah, and again, it's programmer's choice on that, really. Ew. Check. Nope. Not happening. There, you can see there's only a single void there. Because I folded. As opposed to saying folded, I don't know why. It showed the voids there. It works. Forgot to add the fold text also. Yeah, that's okay. Like I said, it's a beta test. This is a beta version of the game. So totally fine. I appreciate the chance to play this. Have one playtester that's ready to jump in if you want to restart. Let's do it one more hand. I'll just go all in. Yeah, I was going to say, I'll go all in. Worst can happen is I lose. All in. How did it give me? Was that always there? Did I just not notice it? Ooh, I might actually win this one. That would be funny as heck. Nope, I don't. There we go. I'm out. I lost. do, 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 do. I've got vaguely another hour to go before I have to do anything. So I'm happy to keep going. My curiosity. Nice. 1 sec. You had the wrong app version. Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. Kill a little bit of time. If you're new, welcome. We're playing Holocard Cantina. We're beta testing the Hintaro. We're just waiting for another playtester to update the app and play some dice. I appreciate you joining in. Say hello, so we know who's watching. We've got Addy Gladdy here from Games of the Galaxy, the designer of the app, programmer, all-around nice guy over on the Twitch side of things. Actually, sorry, can you go into test flight previous builds? I can try. Previously tested. I don't know that I can. In fact, I need it. Loading. Preview. Description. Version. Previous builds. There it is. 10.7. 10.7. Install. Install older build. Turn off automatic updates of this app. That's fine. Doing the thing. I'm going to run a video while we wait for this to do something, just so that we don't have it quiet. Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life. And so we decided we wanted to do a show, but something that makes us happy. And in the first season, that something is Star Wars. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, This is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
Having a slight issue, Addy. It says you It says you're using an older version again. So not 10.7. Are you using 10.5? Maybe. But it's definitely saying I can't use that version of the app. One sec. All right, holding on. Holding. There we go. Now, it's still just us, though. Still just us. Now. There we go. Hey, it's Shoya. I remember them. Rona taking a peek to see what the game is. Hey, Rona. This is a slightly different game. We are beta testing Hintaro, which is a Star Wars dice game. The goal is to get one of the hands that you can see on the right there. You roll your dice. You place a bet. I will place a bet of only one. Then you have the opportunity to re-roll your dice, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to stand on these dice. And then a third dice, the Hintaro dice, gets rolled, and it may remove certain symbols. So I've got there's Kulro, there's Tukar. You can see the different symbols there, and that killed everything. So had it rolled a different symbol, I would have had a pair of Kulros and would have won. But because no one had a winning combination, the pot stays the same. So there, I've got a double Kulro on one, Tukar on the other. That's not a bad hand. We'll bet small. Ouch! It's a hard game, Ramona. This is a rough one. This is definitely a rough one. We'll call. And I'm going to stand on this. It's interesting because you're sitting on things, hoping for the right. It's random on top of random, which makes things interesting. Moves a Tukar. So that left me with two Kulros. That's exactly what I wanted. You'll notice Shoya had 3, so that's not a winning hand. You only need 2. Again, this is a beta test version, so there's a few hitches. This is not the stand. This is still the Sabak app, but not playing Sabak. It just happened that Addy said, "Hey, you want to try out Hintaro?" So I did. I will stand on that. No, see, so that symbol removes a color row, so I lost my pair. No one won that hand. Pot stays until the next round. Two voids, that's not good. A pair of voids is useless. And largely hard to deal with. I'm gonna check. Someone wants to bet. Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna fold. How's your day going, Ramona? Shoya wins with 2 Tukars. Looks a bit like double dreidel. I have never played with a dreidel. Never mind double dreidel. It is entirely plausible that is exactly what it's based on. I would not be at all surprised at that. We'll make a small bet here. Stand on that. So I've currently got a winning hand. A void means I win. Got some shopping done, came home, took a nap. Naps are good. And rather than a nap, I woke up a little earlier than I wanted to, given how terrible of a day / night I had yesterday. But I had lots of coffee. I've got a little under an hour before I have to go and start working on supper. Let's ramp this up a bit. We'll bet 5. Hey, timescales. What's up, Ramona? No car, so I hoofed it. Ugh, that's awful. So Addy Gladdy and I both tied with a tuker. So we split the pot. Three color rows. Call on that. I'll stand on that. Hey, unfortunately, Shoya has a tuker. There are less tuker icons, and they're all color ones. That's why that wins. This is not a bad roll. Speaking of cars, watching the parking authority car drive slowly to catch license plates. Ugh, hate those people. Not that it matters, but hate those people. So yeah, folds on a pair of voids. That's a reasonable thing to do. Ah, Fooey, Fooey, I say. Yeah, don't like that. Yeah, we'll call. We'll try it. See what we can do. Reroll that void. Hey, a second color. Okay, that's not bad. Nope, that's not good. So I went from losing to winning. I went from winning to losing. Tuker and a color, that's not great. Reroll that. Void. Fail. Well, I lose. Sometimes the best you can hope for is that someone else doesn't win. Rona deciding on a cheese platter tonight with fruit. Yeah, that's nice. I'm making a elk stroganoff. I'm using red wine, not white wine. So it's not technically a proper Tuker de Coloro. As long as we roll a void, I've got a good chance here. Some of the time, the best you can hope for is that someone else didn't win. I have to think about that for a while. Elk stroganoff sounds fantastic. I'm hoping it will be. I screwed up and didn't buy beef stock, so I'm gonna have to use a chicken. But I think the red wine will balance it out. Did you get elk meat at the grocery store? No. My roommate is a hunter, as is many of her family. So I don't think she actually bagged this particular elk. But fold. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be a combination of chicken. I think I've got chicken bone broth and vegetable stock. But this is a couple of inside round steaks, elk steaks. They were frozen and just letting them thaw enough that they're easy to slice up. Got some egg noodles to go with it. Should have also got... I don't eat mushrooms, so I didn't even think about getting mushrooms. Did you get the call for it to braise it? No, I did not. It'll be... Because I ended up it was kind of a last minute thing. We didn't know if my roommate was even going to be home for supper, so I didn't take it out of the freezer soon enough. So it won't be as well. It won't be quite as well cooked as I would like, but it'll still be good. I'm not unhappy. It'll be edible. You know, stand. Yeah, it'll be edible. It won't be quite as tender as I'd like, but moves a color. No one wins. But again, I could have won that. It's entirely possible that I'll come back and stream again later tonight. Haven't actually decided what I'm going to do tonight. Like I said, I just need to distract myself. So, always keep cold fat lard or schmats on hand. It's true. I've been away for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Boyd, I failed. No one wins. No, this will be a fairly simple. My roommate also doesn't eat onions, so I'm not making it with onions, and I don't eat mushrooms, so I'm not making it with mushrooms. So it'll be basically just meat and sauce and egg noodles, which again is fine. I can also make it again later, a better version. I'm going to salt if using Worcester sauce. Learned with French onion soup. Yeah, French onion soup would be great. I can say this because my roommate never watches these streams. I will happily just blend down the onions, and she doesn't notice. I'll just blend them into the sauce. Worcestershire contains salted fish, so true that. You can skip on the salt. I always add mushrooms to stroganoff. Wife says it doesn't need them. Some sour cream and unflavored yogurt. Yogurt at the end makes a nice touch. Oh, that's not a nice touch. That's a must-have. You have to have sour cream in it, or it's not stroganoff. A little nutmeg. If you don't use nutmeg, nutmeg is great in stroganoff. Touch of dill and black pepper. Definitely black pepper. I don't know if I'll throw dill in. Well, it's tempting. I don't know if I do dill with the red wine, though. That might be a bit weird. I've forgotten the sour cream before and realized it rather quickly. Yeah. It makes a giant difference. Usually for stroganoff, I would recommend white wine. Are you using egg noodles? Yes, I'm gonna use egg noodles for it. Often I'll do it with just potatoes, but I didn't feel like potatoes today, so I picked up egg noodles. Said it wasn't in the greatest headspace, so I forgot a few things, but that was something that I did not forget. It was egg noodles. Corona void. I've added Japanese sake to it before. I do have some sake. And I would happily use it now that you mention it. I could definitely use it, but I've got a bottle of red wine. Neither of us drink wine. very often, and neither of us drink red wine specifically, but I got it for as a gift. So it's just basically, it is now just cooking wine. It's not like was an expensive bottle of wine. It was definitely a cheap wine. You can just sub the red wine for sake and just drink the wine. No, like I said, I don't drink the wine. I will occasionally, whatever, call. Hey, double color. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'd rather drink the sake than the red wine. Yeah, I'll occasionally drink a rosé, but I don't generally. I mean, I was gonna lose that no matter what, but I had a bottle go corked. Was not happy. No, and that's the thing is, you don't want to get. You got to use up your wine when you can. I don't drink wine either. We'll sip some sake with family or at dinner in Japan. Definitely. I like sake. I really do. Where was I? Was it in Portland where I found a local sake? There are some American sakes that are actually quite good. It was an unfiltered sake, and I actually ended up buying it off sales. Oh, son of a! Buying it off sales from the restaurant because it was so good. The one I have right now is just a basic sake. It's nothing great. Don't really care for alcohol much at all. That's fair. No, I do. But I'm in no way saying you shouldn't. You know, drink, don't drink, doesn't matter. Sake is a rice wine, and it's not an acquired taste. It is. I mean, really, every drink is an acquired taste if you think about it. Check. You know, wine is an acquired taste. Just regular wine. But yeah, rice wine, it is definitely something that's different if you're not used to it. And what the heck, we'll call it. Ah! Another void. Oh, I fail. I remember trying some Canadian ice wine like 20 years ago. It was insanely expensive, but very unique. It's very expensive. I don't think I've ever had ice wine because it's expensive. I'll put sugar and ice in my Merlot. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't have an issue with it, but I don't know how to respond to that, really. I will do it during the holidays. I'll do a mulled wine. I generally do like that. So he's going all in. I am not. Oh, what the hell? Do I go all in or do I just fold? Screw it. We clearly want to end this. Chardonnay, when I had it, was quickly poured into the salad. I'm poured into the salad intentionally, or oops. Maddie's out. Somehow how do I still have? I'm confused. I don't know how I still have something. I'm fine with this. But somehow I managed to go all in and not lose. Must be bored. My other screen is showing a video of an Amtrak train destroying a delivery robot. Oops. Yes, it was more vinegar than wine. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're gonna stand. Void. Hey, yeah, something went wrong there. You got some Magic 8 credits. Magic! Whatever. It was one more hand. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to call this one, Addy. I'm going to call this stream, I think. I'm going to go in and go in and see if I can set up a raid. So if you timescales, if you're on Twitch, you can join me in a raid. Thanks for testing again. Of course, I might. There's a reasonable chance that I'll come back after supper. I have nothing better to do. I'm mostly caught up on my TV. I've watched my movie that I have to watch for Monday. Yeah. Make sure to re-download the App Store version if you want to play online with others. I should still have the original, not just. Yeah, we'll just pop over and check. Yeah, I've still got that. I'll check it again when I get it out of here. Like I said, I've been playing it on my phone, so it's not a big deal. I play everything else on my thing. You know, the thing. Closing on midnight in my time zone, though, so we'll see. Yeah, no, that's fair. Panda. Lisa Store. Aurora. Yeah, we'll do some miniature painting. We'll go to Jamie Daggers. Ramona, wishing you guys a good night. Thank you for joining, Ramona. I appreciate it. I'll throw in the Spill a Geek tea thing if we want. I appreciate you guys. Definitely check out all my other channels. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS you can find also on thing. We're going to be talking to Sabak for charity on Legend of the Traveling TARDIS on Tuesday, so you should definitely check that out, Ramona, because you usually do, but how do I do this raid? But also Forces on Film and Happiness Patrol. Check those out. We're going to try and get out of here. Until next time, good gaming and goodbye.